Pete,
Yeah.
nothing's going to get fixed.
Right.
Nothing.
They keep talking about, we should have, we need to pass all 12 appropriations bills. And you know what? They're absolutely right. They do.
I agree with that. It's what I said this way. I agree. There should be 12 appropriations bills, but they're not there. They're not there right now, and they weren't there at the end of the fiscal year, which is September 30th.
Yep.
So if you don't have the 12 bills, you shut things down, then your military is not getting paid, your veterans aren't getting paid, you've got issues there, you look terrible. Now, having said that, though, the polling showed that most people blame the Democrats for it. For the first time I've ever seen this, a plurality of the Democrats, a plurality of those asked blame the Democrats. Something like 38% blame the Democrats. So any leverage that McCarthy may have had, he did blow that. I mean, what about the leadership of McCarthy? I'm no McCarthy fan, and it doesn't look like he led very well here. This wouldn't happen to Nancy Pelosi. It wouldn't.
No.
So what gives?
Well, what gives is, the first thing I'll tell you is all of a sudden September 30 is a sacred date. You have pass all 12 appropriations bills. But the problem is the Republicans did not set the table for September 30. I think they took 5-6 weeks off in August and the first 2 weeks of September. Why? Why didn't you spend the month of August, take those 6 weeks, talk and educate the American people about the spending priorities that are in Washington, the places that they can cut, pass the 12 appropriations bills, pass them in August and early September so that you're not on September 30 with all of these ridiculous arguments about what we should have done. You had 6 weeks to do this.
I agree. No, they all took the summer off. They all took an extended break. They didn't work this out. Should have been done. I agree with all of that. All of that. Should be 12 bills to get voted on, which has not happened in a long, long time. Probably since back in the time you were in Congress, Pete. So how do we? Okay, so how do you get past that? How do we show up 44 days now and not go through this stupid dance again? I mean, everybody knew the government was going to get shut down. They knew they'd make some bad deal. They did. They made a bad deal, right? And here we are. But how do we avoid this?
Well, we went through this back in the 90s. All right. So a long time ago, but the same thing. Our focus was spending. But then we had the leadership. We had a strong leader in Newt Gingrich. We had a budget committee chairman named John Kasich, who's gone off the rails since then, but was a deficit hawk. And we as a conference were committed to balancing the budget and strengthening our economy. And, conservatives, moderates, rhinos, we all, at certain points in time, we just held our voices, and we voted for things.
And held your noses, and held your noses on occasion. I mean, Ronald Reagan said it. You held your noses and you voted for things you have maybe not been real happy with. But here's the fact. And I'll leave you with this, Pete. Ronald Reagan said, if you agree with somebody 80% of the time, they are not your enemy. If you agree with somebody 80% of the time, work with them. Don't attack fellow Republicans. That has been the mantra of the real conservatives, the Ronald Reagan wing of this party. We need more of that. If you agree with them 80% of the time, stop this circular firing squad nonsense.